is Aardvark, and you're watching Disney Channel. Oh, no looker. First ever. Oh, nailed it.
What the fuck is up, you Irish cunt?
Beat myself on a fucking door, I must.
I had already planned to talk about Make-A-Wish children, but this is a good segue. They actually warn you in training that it's very emotional to meet Make-A-Wish children, and they're absolutely right. I'm already gonna cry thinking about it. The first time I met a Make-A-Wish child, I was in training. I was friends with one of the country bears, and there were 3 of us all together doing group pictures. I just remember that it was a little boy, maybe 5 years old. All the Make-A-Wish children wear a button on them. They also are allowed to skip the line for any meet and greet, any ride, anything. And they absolutely deserve the VIP treatment. I also had the opportunity to actually work at Give Kids the World on staff there and as a Disney performer. Disney sends characters there every week. The things that those families go through just to make one magical week for their child is astounding. Those kids and those families deserve everything, and I tried to give it to them.
Here's why you should never lean against a railing on a Disney World ferry.
No. No. No.
Oh, baby, when you talk like that, you make a woman go mad. So be wise and keep on.
That's how I get far away from these
Oh my gosh, I have not thought about this one in a while. If you don't know, at the end of Cinderella 3, Lady Tremaine and Drizella get turned into frogs. If you keep watching, they get turned back into humans at the maid's quarters. They are also dressed in like a rags similar to what Cinderella was in the first movie. Now that I've had people ask me about quite a lot. They would say like, oh, I thought you were supposed to be cleaning up or something like that, which I always thought was funny. One time I made a joke that I'd been promoted and I didn't have to clean anymore. Another one was I kind of denied reality and was like, oh, you must be thinking of someone else. I would never clean, never. If Drizella was close by, I could get her in on it and say, hey, do you remember us ever cleaning or anything like that? In character, obviously. And she would just run with it. I hope this answers your question.
Breaking Disney news from Surprisingly Living with the Land. This woman jumped off the ride to steal a cucumber and fell down multiple times. Let me be clear, it is very against the rules. There are many signs that you should not jump off boats or even touch the sand. Someone else on the boat said she actually did this 4 times. They went straight to Soarin' after a cast member was not waiting for them, but it's not known if security stopped them later.
Let's do some pin trading at Disneyland Paris. Unlike the other Disney parks in the world, Paris doesn't have too many spots to trade pins. I took a handful of my spares to Pueblo's training post. There's a huge selection here and they're all separated into categories. And I think I traded for what might be my new favorite pin ever.
I had an amazing experience with a cast member recently. I was walking through Tomorrowland and saw this Mike Wazowski on the ground. Turns out this custodian Mike drew it. He asked me if I had any requests and I said Goofy, which was actually his favorite to draw. Using his broom and water, he completely freehand drew this Goofy on the ground. He said the custodians are able to take a class and learn how to do a bunch of different characters. It's just one example of how amazing cast members are.
It was a cultural reset. It was a cultural reset.
Hey, Woody, I hear you pay less than 1% of the tax rate. What do you feel about being a part of the bourgeoisie and the billionaire class? Yeah, I see. That's exactly what you do.
size is my thing. Do you want to hold it?
What is that, Evelyn? What is that? Is that your height certificate for Splash Mountain? Can I see it? Can we show what it is? Here you go. You're almost there.
I got to experience something really cool at Disney this past trip. We took the monorail to the Contemporary to take pictures of our new monorail bags, link in bio. The cast member saw us and actually invited us into the front of the monorail car to look around, which was so cool. In 2007, we actually got the chance to ride in the front of the monorail, and although that's not possible now, it was really cool to get this experience again and feel like it kind of came full circle.
So I used to work for Disney World, but I don't speak for the brand of the company. And I know you guys have been loving all of my crazy stories. And don't worry, I have so many more. But today, I have a story that'll just wreck your emotions. So this story time takes place around Christmas time. So this father and daughter just get off my attraction and they're heading back towards their stroller. And they look kind of confused. So they come up to me and they're like, hey, our Jingle Bell necklaces are missing. And sure enough, they were stolen. And the little girl, she's really, really sad about this, so this broke my heart, so I had to do something about it. So I go over there and get them brand new necklaces. And when I came back, I overheard the little girl saying how much she loved Pegasus. And this gave me an idea. So I moseyed on over to Merchant of Venus, talked to the fellow cast member there, and a plushie Pegasus was acquired. So I walked back over to them, and I bend down so I'm on the little girl's level. And then from behind my back, I pull out the plushie. And I told her that Mickey wanted me to give it to her. And the father just breaks and just starts crying. So it turns out the girl's mom wasn't around anymore, and he hasn't seen his daughter smile that big in a long time.
So for those of you that really know me, know I really don't buy Disney pins unless I really like one, and I really don't trade that much just because I enjoy collecting them if they're really neat. Anyway, I saw this one and thought, wow, this is really relevant.
Help me if you can, feeling down. And I do appreciate you being around. Can't ask, good for you, you're doing great out there without me, baby. Like a damn sociopath.
These are 3 Disney movies I've been in. In Toy Story, The Claw, Pick Me, and Monsters, Inc., Monsters Incorporated, and in Ice Age 2.